Hi everybody. So this morning I was chatting with all of my Lafayette lace maker ladies. I had a great time with them on Zoom, and in the process of that I went ahead and I got 6, not all of them, but 6 of my motifs done for my tatted temperature table runner. Oh, and of course Marshmallow has joined us. There's Marshmallow. And in the process of that, I went ahead and I wrote down exactly how many rows and columns I think I want in my table runner. So I thought I would share that with you. My plan right now is to do 12 columns and 30 to 31 rows. Technically, 365 days is more than 30 times 12. So I may end up adding a 31st row to it, but this is the start. This is my first row. So I need to put 12 of these together. And actually this was my, let's see, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So I had kind of the same temperature on the 4th and the 5th, and then much, much colder on the 6th. And anyway, I'm getting ready to do my 7th day. So I thought I would just go ahead and turn the camera down and tat that and show you what I'm doing, so that you can watch me make one of the motifs. So that's my plan. Okay, so here are my first 6 days, and then my 7th day. My high was 22, which means I'm using color 303, so I have that all ready to go. And yes, I did take my little clip off. I put these on when I am completely finished. Now I have found that each motif takes about a yard wound on my shuttle, and then I don't know exactly how much it takes off of my ball thread. I haven't measured that. I really should though. And at this point I've now made my pattern enough that I pretty well have it memorized. So I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then my small picot. And I am trying to do kind of smaller picots because these are really just sort of joining picots. I'm not really using them for anything else, even though I will have picots around the edge that will be sticking out. But I mean, I'm just using them for joining, so the picots don't need to be very big. Okay, I'm going to start tatting. So at this point, I am into my 2nd chain, and I've been trying to connect my motifs either in the 2nd or 3rd chain so that as I work along, it's easy, it's not too difficult to connect them. And I'm just joining just like it says in my pattern, to join the 2 picots on the chains. And when I get to the 2nd row of these, I will show you kind of where I'm joining. But the reason that I'm doing the 2nd or 3rd chain is because it gives me a little bit to hold on to, because I have my 2 rings that are already connected here. So it's totally up to you if you want to do the 2nd chain or the 3rd chain, but that's what I decided to do. I'm just kind of alternating it. I'm not even really paying that much attention. I'm just doing the second or third chain when I do it, so. Now, if you are working the final ring on this pattern, you may notice that I do have an incorrect number. It should say ring of 7 and then join, 2, join, and then 7 again. And I have 4 on there for some reason, which is not correct. So I'm just grabbing a little different shuttle because I'm having trouble getting all of my thread up. There we go. Through my loop on my picot. There, much better. There's 2. And then the second join. And now again, instead of doing 4 stitches like I have in the written pattern, that should be 7. I will be updating that. Don't know why I have 4 there. That was just weird. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that was about a yard wound on. All I have left is the chain. So I think I did pretty well. I do have some little flowers made from leftover threads because that's what I do with the little dab of leftover thread from my motifs is I just make little flowers. So we'll make the chain and then we'll be done. Okay, and then of course to finish the motif, because I made this since we are doing individual motifs for different colors, I decided it was fine to cut and tie. So I just take a needle, and any needle that works will do. This one I think happens to be an embroidery needle, but there are lots of needles that work for this. The key is just getting it threaded, which I'm having trouble with. I might have to grab my needle threader to get this done. Sometimes I have really good luck. Sometimes I don't. There we go. Okay, I always like to do, you know, what makes sense to me, which is to do the core of my chain first. And I like to take it in, let's see if I can get it to focus, in through the base of that ring. And bring it back out. And then I like to run my needle along the tops of a couple of stitches. And yes, it should be tight like that. And then back, just like that. And then I wait to cut both of my threads off until I have them both woven in. See that one just was easy. All right, and then this one, because this is the top, so this was my ball thread, so it's the top of my stitch right here. I always like to take it one stitch over on the chain next to it. And then I like to bring it back through the tops of my chains. My stitches, my very last stitches at the top of my chain. Just like that. And you can, of course, go through more stitches than that, but honestly, I usually find this is enough. And then just trim. Let's see if we can get that. There. Trim your ends off. So there we go. That's the first 7 days. And they'll look a little funky until it starts to look more like a table runner. But there, first 7 days, just like that. And then, of course, when I'm all finished, I take my ball of thread and I wind it up and snap in my hair clip so that won't escape. And I throw it back in my bag. And then I tidy up my shuttles so I don't lose those. And I put my tapestry needle away. So here's my tapestry needle, and I have a little needle book that I keep. So, like that. And then my tiny scissors. And there we go. I'm going to throw that in my bag too. I'm actually going to take this little guy and clip it to my clipboard for now so that it doesn't wander off. And then I tidy up so I have all my little flowers that I'll stick in a bag while I'm working. And I always leave kind of long tails on my flowers so that when I decide what to do with them, I can cut them at that point. So anyway, I hand tat all of these from the leftovers. So like this one, I didn't measure very well. I had a lot more than 1 yard on my shuttle because I had a big flower. These are more normal because, you know, clearly I didn't have a lot left. So anyway, there we go. Here's my plan and my first 7 days all tatted. All right, so there's my first 7 days. Well, I guess I kind of have it backwards. So this is January 1st through January 7th. And I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors represented already. I have had 3 days in that 40 to 45 range. And then cold, much colder. And in fact, this was my high of 19 for the day. So I got to have one pretty dark one. But anyway, if you're interested in joining us, remember, it's not too late. You can absolutely join at any time through the year. Actually, you can join our Blanket Along. We do have a Facebook group, or you can find out more information on our blacksheepfiberemporium.com website. We've got a bunch of stuff up there. I am going to put up the updated pattern with the corrected written ring D, which says 7 stitches instead of 4. And remember to go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, help us out, share our videos with your friends. Tell them about the Blanket Along or the temperature table runner along. Whatever you want to call it. We're having a lot of fun, and I hope that you will too. And don't forget to go shop at blacksheepfiberemporium.com. As I always say, take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and craftually. Doing that 15 minutes of crafting every day, I think, really helps with my mental well-being, and I'm sure it'll help with yours, because if you're watching these videos, you are a crafter too. So I will see you all next time. Bye.